Apple iPhone versus Obama's administration. Apple is right. Obama can't be trusted. Apple iPhone versus Obama's administration. Apple is right. Obama can't be trusted. Thank you for tuning in to the Black Political Buzz Network, and my name is Laurel. On this vlog, I want to discuss or address the recent controversy surrounding the Apple iPhone or the Apple company with the CEO Tim Cook versus the Obama administration as it relates to encryption, as it relates to iPhone encryption. Now, encryption is a mechanism that many cell phone companies or many technology companies use for their devices or their equipment to keep people from hacking those devices or their equipment. And it protects privacy of the user of those devices. So this encryption is a form of privacy protection. It protects privacy. It can be this encryption can be placed on those devices via secret passwords or in other ways. Mainly passwords. Passwords is mainly the way that the encryption mechanism works on a device, and it prevents the frequent hacking or hacking of one's device. Whether that device can be an iPhone, a cell phone, it can be a laptop computer, an iPad, and it is necessary. Because under the Obama administration, there's been more cyber hacking than ever. Now, before President Obama became president, yes, we did have instances of cyber hacking, but not to this extreme. I mean, there's been major cyber hacking that has occurred in this nation since Obama's been president. Now, Obama told the mainstream media, because we know that President Obama's administration controls the mainstream media. We know that. Through propaganda. We know that. We're not stupid. American citizens are not stupid. We know that the Obama people they've told the mainstream media to report that cyber hacking has been done by the Chinese government or North Korean government, when the majority of this cyber hacking was not done or do the Chinese or the North Koreans. No, it was done through the NSA. The NSA is controlled by the federal government under the Obama administration. So a lot of this cyber hacking that was done, our own government was doing it to us. Our own government is hacking its own systems. So if you all believe that China and North Korea is doing all the cyber hacking, you need to have your head screwed on a bit tighter. Our own government is stealing our privacy and violating our privacy. That's why some people in our government, whom I will not name, this is why some people in our government, whom I will not name, don't want the Constitution to remain intact. They want the U.S. Constitution to be chopped up and done away with. Yeah, that's why Scalia is dead. That's why Justice Scalia is dead. Because he was a defender of the U.S. Constitution, and he was also a defender of privacy under the U.S. Constitution. So now the Obama administration is making the mainstream media come out and fight against Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple and the Apple company, regarding encryption of the iPhone devices. Now they're claiming that they want the Apple company to hand over their encryption secrets. Now they want the Apple iPhone company, they want Apple to hand over to the federal government the intellectual property, secret or rights regarding encryption of their iPhones. They claim is to hack into the iPhone of the San Bernardino terrorists. Yes, those two terrorists who killed those 14 people in San Bernardino a couple of months ago. They claim, the Obama people claim they need to crack into those shooters' iPhones to find out, if they were communicating with any other terrorists. Now, wait a minute. Hold up. Let's back up here. If I recall, and if you recall, didn't President Obama's administration say that those San Bernardino shooters acted alone when everyone else, especially people like myself, grassroots bloggers on social media were saying that those San Bernardino shooters did not act alone. It was an act of terrorism, and it was not done alone. The Obama people were saying, oh no, we don't see any signs where they acted, with someone else. It was domestic terrorism, and they acted alone. We knew it was a lie. But now, all of a sudden, as this 2016 election heats up, and it looks like Hillary Clinton is in trouble, all of a sudden now, President Obama starts this war, this cyber war with this, he started this cyber war with Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. Oh, we need your encryption secrets so we can crack into the iPhone of the San Bernardino shooters to find out what they were saying. Blah, 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 blah. To protect the American people. Since when has the Obama administration cared about protecting the American people? I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But I'm like, that's questionable. We've had several terrorist attacks here since he's been president. And you mean to tell me that the FBI, who works for President Obama, and the CIA, who works for President Obama, and the NSA, who works for President Obama, they didn't know this was going to happen? As much as they spy on American people, as much as they spy on American citizens, they didn't know this was going to happen? Come on. Yes, they knew. They knew. And that's why Tim Cook of Apple is skeptical. That's why he's skeptical in handing over any kind of intellectual property as it relates to encryption secrets of the iPhone devices. That's why Tim Cook is skeptical about handing over this information to the Obama administration. Now, I know Donald Trump, whom you all know I love Donald Trump. Y'all know that. I support the man and Marco Rubio, both of them, but Donald Trump, more so. Y'all know that. It's no secret. I know Donald Trump has said that Apple should turn over the encryption secrets. This is where I disagree. I do agree that Apple should cooperate. I do agree that Apple should cooperate with the government in providing the government with the information on that phone. Meaning that why doesn't Apple just, go into the phone themselves and then hand over whatever communication they find in that phone to the government? But if I was Tim Cook, I would not hand over I would not hand over any intellectual property secrets regarding how the iPhone device is made, how it's kept encrypted. I would not hand that property or those secrets over to the Obama administration. No, I would not. I would not hand over any type of intellectual property design for the iPhone device to the Obama administration. No, I would not do so. I would hand over any information in that iPhone or those iPhones or those San Bernardino shooters to the government. I would hand that information over, but I would not hand over any of the device design secrets to the Obama administration. I would not do so because he cannot be trusted, unfortunately. And it's a bad thing when you can't trust your own president. President Obama appears to be a nice man. He smiles a lot and gives real nice speeches. But his policies, President Obama appears to be a nice man. I don't know him personally. He appears to be a nice man. He smiles a lot. He's handsome and he gives great speeches. But his policies are questionable regarding our national security. I repeat, President Obama's policies, even though he appears to be a very nice man, his policies regarding our national security are questionable. With that said, I side with Tim Cook on this issue. Tim Cook with Apple should hand over any information they find in the San Bernardino shooter's cell phone, to the government, the federal government, to help them solve any, to help them solve this terrorism issue, to see if who these shooters were working with, because it's important for the federal government to know who these San Bernardino terrorists, who the shooters were working with. We know it was ISIL. We know it was ISIL. But I still would hand over that information to the federal government. But I would not hand over the intellectual property secrets or the device design secrets to the government, especially regarding encryption on the iPhone, to the federal government. I would not hand that information over, because we cannot trust this government as it currently stands under this administration. And that's a really sad thing, because we want, as American citizens, we want to protect our nation. And as American citizens, we want to cooperate. As American citizens, we want to cooperate with our federal government and keeping our nation safe. Yes, we do. If you are an American citizen and you love this country, the United States of America, you love the USA, you want to work with the federal government and keeping our nation safe, and keeping our military safe, and keeping our citizens safe. But I don't know if we can trust this administration based upon policies and actions, and too much, all this cyber hacking going on, these terrorist attacks on American soil. I mean, multiple terrorism attacks on American soil, all this cyber hacking of citizens' information. And we got an election coming up. We're right now facing a dead heat 2016 presidential election. I believe that information, if Apple were to bow and hand over that encryption information for iPhones, do I believe that the Obama administration will use it for politics? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do believe that President Obama's administration will use the encryption secrets for Apple iPhones for politics. I do. Because Obama loves politics. He eats and sleeps politics. The man is a walking, political playbook. President Obama appears to be a nice man, but he's also a walking political playbook. So I side with Tim Cook on this issue. I want to keep our nation safe. Yes, I do. God knows I do. Yes, I do. But, that's all I have to say right now. That's all I have to say. Tim Cook, hand over the information in the phone, but think twice. Think twice about handing over the encryption secrets of the iPhone device design. And think twice about handing over the intellectual property secrets or rights to the federal government regarding the iPhone. Think twice about it. Think twice. Tim Cook, Apple iPhone, and Tim Cook versus the Obama administration. Thank you for tuning in to the Black Political Buzz Network, and my name is Laurel.